And baby, we are live.
How you doing, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Play by Play podcast. Today, I'm here with a good group of guys, childhood friends. Here with Scene, back with Rich. Edwin couldn't make it tonight. Something came up, but we are here with one of the co-hosts we were telling you guys about last episode. Brandon, say what's up to the audience.
So guys,
All right, so let's just jump straight into it, bro. Last night, niggas is sleep, man. Next thing I know, I wake up. Nigga, I see Kevin Durant is a Phoenix Sun. Man, I ain't know what to, bro. I don't know what happened. I thought it was a Chris Smooth video. I thought it was a fake video. Next thing I know, I see Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. When I hear that Kevin Durant is traded to the Suns, my first thought is, oh, they had to give up Chris Paul or Devin Booker or Ayton, one of them. No, the package was Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, 4 first-round picks, and a pick swap for Kevin Durant and TJ Warren. The rich get richer, man. Before everyone else goes, let's kick it to Brandon first. First time on the show. Brandon, what are your thoughts on the trade, bro?
it was just a crazy move. I didn't expect them to go to the Suns. I didn't think they would. I thought it'd be a deal, and I didn't think they maybe would compensate very well. I didn't know they would just go for some. I mean, the good role players, Cam Johnson and Bridges, but I didn't think they would take that easily. Well, maybe they could find better trade partners, better options, but I guess it's the best they could do. But I like it. I like it a lot. Definitely
It,
not good for the Nets, maybe, but good for the Suns, definitely.
I mean, the Nets getting those 4 first-round picks unprotected. It looked
That
like
is
they
true.
about to take the route of a rebuild, but at the same time, they got some competent players that could be a part of that rebuild. Like I still think the Nets gonna be a playoff team this year.
They definitely could. Def-
Scene, was you up when the trade happened? Scene, what? Give us exactly what happened when Kevin Durant got traded.
So actually, yeah, I was up. I was on my way to the gym at like 1 in the morning, and then when I got the notification, I just started screaming in my car like, "What? What?" Like it was crazy because it came out of nowhere. It was just like a bombshell. No rumor, no lead up. There's no Kevin Durant requested a trade, nothing. It was just like Kevin Durant traded to the Suns. I was just like, damn. But yeah, I love it for the Suns. Obviously, they got a top two player in my eyes with Kevin Durant, and then with Brooklyn, it's like. I agree with Brandon. It's like you're trying Kevin Durant. I feel like you should be wanting more. But apparently, Brian Ware said that they wanted to get KD where he wanted to go, and he wanted to go to Phoenix. So I guess credit to them to getting them to where they wanted to go. The trade package wasn't terrible for Brooklyn, but like yeah, like if you go and trade KD, is like I would want a guy that has like star potential, and Mikal Bridges is
Exactly.
good. Mikal Bridges is good, but I don't see a star in Mikal Bridges. But yeah, in terms of Phoenix, I mean, you pair I think Phoenix has like that that big four right there is like perfect. They complement each other so well in terms of having that like true point guard, floor general, and Chris Paul, and two buckets on the wing with KD and booking in the big body with eight and setting screens and playing pick and roll, getting rebounds. Like that front four is gonna be hard to stop, bro. Phoenix, they definitely the favorites now, man. It's gonna be hard to stop KD and Book out there. Those my guys too. I loved it for KD.
Yeah, and I didn't know about the Windhorse report about him saying they did KD a favor by trading him to where he wanted to go, because in the morning when I woke up and I read all the details and I looked at articles and ESPN, I was surprised to see like there they didn't mention anyone else throwing a package out there for KD. So it seemed like although we didn't hear about it in the media, they knew KD was going to wind up being a Phoenix Sun all along.
Yeah, it was a crazy thing. I was actually working on trying to get the last episode that we did yesterday up and running for you guys so we can watch that, and then Edwin just just drops a photo in the chat. At first, me personally, bro, I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake because it was just like Seem said, bro. It was just out of random. It was out of nowhere. No
No lead
speculation.
up at all, just a
No
bomb.
speculation. No like KD requested a trade. Nothing, bro. We just get an alert saying you see some sham KD to the Phoenix Suns. And then, like I said, and like Seem said, bro, I don't know how you do you pull that trade off without putting at least Booker in that deal. I don't even think Chris Paul and Aiden is enough to even for KD. I think you have to put Booker in that deal for KD because I think that's a more of a equal swap. But I love it for the Suns, like these like Core, Brandon, and all these niggas, all these people said, bro. All of my people here they said the Suns is the favorites. I don't know how you're gonna be able to stop that. Like you you thinking that dang the Lakers just got D'Lo, they might be able to make some noise in the playoffs now with Kyrie being on Dallas. They might even make some noise in the playoffs now too. But now I don't really see no it that really is the Suns is really the favorite to go all the way at this point.
Yeah, bro. Just last night before the trade even happened, we're looking at Kyrie just got traded to Dallas. Dallas could make some noise. They could come out the West. Then we got the Lakers just got some pieces that fit their roster. Maybe they could make some noise. Maybe they can knock off a team, surprise someone. And then we was talking about yesterday on the episode. You still have Memphis and the Nuggets where they could potentially do something sitting at the first and second seed. But like Seem said, this is the perfect four. Like you have a guy in Chris Paul where he's been struggling a little bit this year, but he's coming into his way a little bit recently, especially while Devin Booker was out. But he's a guy he's going to go out there and get you maybe 15 assists with these guys and not have points, but he's going to affect the game because he's going to make sure KD is getting the ball in his spots, D Book is getting his shots. We're going to see him be able to run pick and roll with DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre
Yeah.
Ayton might average 20 alone just from playing with Booker and Kevin Durant. And then the thing is, with Devin Booker, he's giving you 27, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists this season. And not only is he doing that, he's shooting, I believe, 38% from three. So you take that's all-star numbers. And then you take that and you combine that with 30 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists with Kevin Durant. Before Kevin Durant got injured, he was in MVP conversations. You take a team that was just in the finals 2 years ago, just won 60 games a year ago, and give them an MVP, one of the best players to ever play the game. That team, especially on paper, if they can stay healthy, that team's the favorite to come out the West. They might be the favorite to win it all, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're the. If they do make it to the finals, I feel like there is some teams in the East that can put up some relative competition to them. Like with
I don't think
obviously,
so, bro. I think the
I
only
don't think
team
so
out east
neither.
that can
Only
fuck
team
with
I
them is
have a chance,
Boston,
I think,
bro.
is Boston, man.
that's what I
I
was gonna
think
say.
Boston. I
Well,
think
I was
Boston and the Clippers is the only teams that could
I,
even fuck with them. But Corey, even though what you were saying with KD being an MVP, on top of that, before Debo got hurt and the Suns were the 1 seed, I had him as an MVP candidate too. So it's like
I
you
did
adding
too.
two MVP caliber guys on the same squad. Like Book got fourth for MVP last year. He was an All NBA first team guy. And you putting those two. Devin Booker's a top 10 player in my eyes too. I have Kevin Durant like second in the league, maybe the best player in the league. You add those two, and then you have Chris Paul. And we say with Chris Paul, like he fell off, but he just fell off scoring wise. The playmaker's still there. And now
The
you,
playmaking is still there.
yeah, you add KD there. You take that
I
pressure
think
off of
this is
Chris Paul to have to be
this
that
And
is
I
the
scoring
think he's
threat.
gonna be
Like,
motivated even more now that he does have KD to even try
Exactly.
to
yeah,
win. It's a better opportunity for him to try to win his first ring.
it's gonna
not to
make it easier
mention
for him.
not to mention yeah, like y'all said, he can just sit back and just pass the ball. He don't even have to go out there and take the mid range
You just
shots
set
that
the
he makes.
table.
Just run the offense, bro.
Offense.
He
Yeah,
he he could
exactly.
literally just go out there and do what Rondo did for that Boston team, but
Exactly.
at a
That's
higher
yep.
level because he's Chris Paul.
Yep.
Set up the table. Yeah,
Bro,
man,
can
bro.
you
It's
picture
gonna be
him
tough.
running? Can you picture him running the break, hitting his little infamous hezzy, and then kicking it to Kevin Durant instead of Cam Johnson? No knock on Cam Johnson, good quality NBA player, but he's not what he doesn't do what the hell Kevin Durant does, bro.
I
It's
think
Kevin Durant.
that's what's so crazy about this trade. I know a lot of people talk about the Suns' depth, but if you look at the trade, they really traded in terms of just on court. They traded Mikal and Cam Johnson for Kevin Durant and T.J. Warren.
Yeah.
That's a great trade off in my opinion, bro.
It
And
Yeah.
is. It is.
we could
Bro,
talk
you look
about
at it. You look at it and you can say the Nets got finessed for real, for real. Like,
Yeah, they
sure,
I
they
did.
thought
got
they
those
did
I
it
draft
mean,
picks and
when
those
the
they're
draft picks
never
are
trade
going
gonna.
to be so coveted. But when it's Kevin Durant, I'm expecting like a
A
Yeah, I'm
star.
superstar
thinking like,
caliber
That's
but
exactly,
you know
contemporary
what?
player
bro.
in return. Like,
When the
don't get
trade
me
when they
wrong, Johnson and Bridges are good, but I look at those guys as role players I want next to my
not
stars.
even, bro,
I
when they released the trade package, I looked at the show like that's it. That's all it
Yeah,
took. Like
exactly,
that's all it
exactly.
took to get KD. Like that's crazy,
And
bro.
then
I
and then I'm glad you said about Windhorst saying that's where KD wanted to go, because I was going to say to you, you mean to tell me like a team like the Pelicans or nothing would have been able to match that? But it seems like that's where Kevin Durant wanted to go.
Yeah, he said the Nets wanted to get him where he wanted to go. But Brandon, you were saying something?
I'll say I think no matter what, they were never gonna get back equal value. Like it was gonna be very hard.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's,
yeah, for
but
sure.
Yeah, that's just how it is realistically.
and yeah, like you said, you could say it's a loss. I don't think it's much of a loss. I mean, you lost two good role players, but you got KD. I mean, KD makes up for a
Yes.
lot. He
And
makes up a
then
lot of offense.
Chris Haynes reported earlier saying don't want to get too far ahead. We'll discuss it a little bit later, but they're saying Reggie Jackson might be able to get brought out, and the Suns have interested in bringing him in for a backup point guard
That
role.
would,
Jesus
So that's
oh
Christ.
another
Oh
piece that
my
God,
they can even do
God.
to get even better.
Oh my God.
yeah.
They
It's
just
like,
got
would you rather have Reggie Jackson at your backup point guard or
Or
Cam
Karen
Payne? And I'm taking
Payne.
Reggie
Reggie,
Jackson any day of the
yeah,
week.
Reggie Lewis is starting point guard, so it'll be
before we
coming
get
off the
into that, I
bench.
just want to talk about, bro, just last season, Brooklyn had Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, and in the span of a year, all three of them requested a trade. This is gonna go down as like the
Failure.
I think
biggest
it
like
is.
failure
I
in
think it
NBA
is. It's
history,
just
Sure.
bro.
it
I
is
think it's already the
definitely
biggest failure in
worse
history.
than
I
like
don't, I
that
don't
Yeah,
need
other
to see no
Brooklyn.
more.
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
just
bro. You had those three on the same team, and not only they looked amazing together on that same team. That's how
yeah.
you. There was bad luck, but I think like really it comes down to management, how they
It
managed that
does.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fact that all three of them requested a trade, bro, that's crazy. You
On
had
the
them all on the
same
same
roster,
team.
they had three future Hall of Famers, two MVPs, one NBA champion, and three of the best ISO players from this
And
generation,
their
all on the same
bench is
team.
just solid. They had a good
And they
team all
played great though.
around.
I know they played the 10 games they played together was
The
crazy.
10
They were
games they played
amazing
Yeah.
together was
together.
arguably some of the best 10 games played in NBA history.
They were great together, bro. And the
Yep.
fact that bro, the fact that all three of them requested a trade, bro, I'll be looking at Sean Marks like, bro, like, what, Sean Marks, Joe Sally, I'll be looking at, yo, come on, yo, how did we mess up this bad, bro? The
I
fact
don't even
that
know, like as a fan, like even as
it's
a
D
crazy,
fan, like it's just
D'Lo died for the
horrible.
sins of Mikal Bridges and Ben Simmons.
it's crazy, bro.
Oh
See,
man.
I remember when they first signed KD and Kyrie, I was in Wildwood. It was like 2020. I was like, yo, this is crazy. You got KD and Kyrie. Then the same year later that year or later the next year they trade for James Harden. I'm like they gonna win the championship. Like this is it's raps.
I could
If
No,
tell you
it was
you
exactly.
would
Well,
have
I
raps. It
could
told
was
tell you
me,
raps.
exactly the day that they traded for James Harden because I was sitting there seeing, Brandon, Richard, y'all know. This is when I was like in my big Ben Simmons days, and I'm like, yo, I know it's James Harden, and I want us to get James Harden so bad, but try to do everything to keep Ben get Harden and Embiid, bro. Like, and then when he went to Brooklyn, I'm sitting there crying like, yo, it's raps for the league. These niggas is about to six peat, bro. Like,
And then they get James Harden. Then you start hearing names like they start getting all these other people starting to come in. They got like LaMarcus Aldridge. He was dealing with shit at the time. But then they get like Blake Griffin too. Blake Griffin he fell off and he got to Brooklyn, but still, bro, like you just heard all these
They're all
like
quality role players.
that's what I'm saying. You start hearing all these good players that used to be like in their primes was really nice. Go to
no,
Brooklyn.
let's
and then
be
the
honest,
thing.
bro.
Go ahead, see.
Blake Griffin, he was ass. Steve Nash was
Yeah,
ass. It didn't matter though because
yeah,
the Big Three
exactly.
was
Like it
so
kind of,
fucking good.
I,
They were winning
yeah, they would
anyway
have been
with
able to
that
make
Big
up
Three.
for
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, it
It'll
didn't
make
matter. It
them
didn't
look good.
matter. It
Yeah.
didn't
But
matter.
but what I was gonna say is like this just goes to show like how fast the league, not even the league, but a narrative around a team can change. Because we were just talking about before this whole collapse happened, we were just talking about Sean Marks taking that job and getting Brooklyn out of a tough spot where he was able to build back up their draft capital, turn D'Angelo Russell to an all-star, flip that into Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and then that draft capital he got back after that rough spot was able to go out and get James Harden. We're looking at Sean Marks like he's a genius, and just a couple years later, it's like, yo, it's like what's going on with Sean Marks in that front office? Like it's just crazy how fast a narrative could
Yeah,
flip.
and there was some things that are out of their control, like the whole vaccine stuff and the COVID and just untimely injuries in the playoffs. But like when you look back at it, like Kyrie didn't want to get vaccinated, cool, but he still could play away games. But they were like, no, Kyrie, if you're gonna be part time, then you're not gonna play. until Kevin Durant gets hurt and we go on a 20-game losing streak. Then it's like, all right, Kyrie, you could play now. Like shit like that. And then even in the offseason, KD requested trade. He's like, fire Steve Nash or keep me. And they're like, no, we're not gonna do any of that. We're gonna keep Steve Nash. We're gonna keep you two, and we're gonna run this back. And then 10 games into the season, they fire Steve Nash. Like the Nets would do shit out of pettiness and then go back on it when they had to, like when they were like, oh no, we were wrong. They would go back on it. Like the
Yeah.
Nets, they just ran the way
Yeah,
they ran shit over
and
there was just dumb, bro. The
and
whole time
and
I'm like, these niggas just don't know what they doing with these stars, bro.
And then the thing with that too is like when KD was out and when they wasn't allowing Kyrie to play away games because of the vaccine. James Harden was still on the roster, and people made it like, oh, James Harden had a falling out with Kyrie and KD, and he was mad at Kyrie for getting the vaccine. No, that wasn't it. It was the problem was there. It was Harden out there by himself with no Kyrie, and he wanted them to let Kyrie play, but they just simply didn't want Kyrie as a part-time player. A lot of that was on the management. That had nothing to do with Kyrie and KD. That's the management is the main reason why Harden wanted out. And honestly, it
I
just seemed like
agree.
Harden wanted to find his way to Philadelphia all in all, regardless. The same way KD wanted to find his way in Phoenix.
But the fact, even if they, all three of them wanted to be in Brooklyn at some point, that's how they got there. And then you talk about with the Kyrie stuff, of course Kyrie has something to do with it because Harden wants to win. He wanted Kyrie to play. That's cool. But you can't tell me Harden wasn't looking at their front office and seeing how shit was being ran. It was like, we're not, these guys don't know what they're doing. Like they have no clue what they're doing. So I'm gonna take my ass to Philly and where like they're a little more competent and try my luck over there. Like the fact
And
that
not
you had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden all wanted to go to Brooklyn, and you got all three of them on the same team, and you failed that, bro. All three of them requested trade. Like that's crazy, bro.
and
Nobody's
then
gonna want to play for your team anymore after that. Like,
look
what
at the
star is gonna want to go to
situation.
Brooklyn, bro?
Exactly. And then it shows, I touched on it a little bit yesterday. It shows no loyalty where with like the whole Kyrie thing, where like, sure, I think they got the package that they wanted, sending him to Dallas, but to not try to work out a deal with LA because that's somewhere Kyrie wanted to go, that's bad business. It shows no loyalty. At the end of the day, it is a business, but at the same time, it's just going to show you there's going to be no one who wants to play for you. But now that we look at it, it's like all three of those stars who are gone, they're all in places where they have pretty solid front offices. You look at Phoenix, they got James Jones, they got Monty Williams. They went out and built a foundation where they've been competing the last couple of years, and they've been loyal by their players. You look at Harden going to Philly. He's reuniting with his guy Daryl Morey, who gave him the chance to become James Harden. And then you look in Dallas, and they have Mark Cuban, one of the best owners the NBA have ever seen. A guy who's loyal to his players, a guy
Yeah,
who grows players. So all
they'll
three of
treat
them
their
are
stars
just in
well
better
too.
situations, bro. All three of those places treat their stars well. They try to do everything they can to commit their stars.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. I just hope that I hope that everything just works out for me because I actually do want. I want Devin Booker to get a ring. I want Chris Paul. I want Chris Paul to get a ring. So because it's been well deserved. And it's like props to Devin Booker for sticking with that Suns team and not trying to axe out too.
A lot of props, man.
He
He could have
stuck
left when the going got tough.
he stuck with that team. He was dropping 70 points, all type of stuff. He stuck with that team. Now he's probably on his way to his first ring, bro. It's amazing, man.
I
And
mean, we'll see.
the thing I want to ask too, do you guys think Brooklyn will still wind up being a playoff team this year without KD and Kyrie?
That's
They
It's
could,
possible.
but
possible.
like,
Yeah, it's tough though.
it's a whole
And
new
Uh,
right
team.
now
Like
they're
halfway
sitting
through the year,
10 games above 500.
they got talent. They have a
if
deep
Cam
roster
Johnson
still.
keep
Like they
hooping like
did.
that and Ben gets makes some kind of leap a little bit, guess.
I'm glad you said that. I feel like if they want any chance at making the playoffs, bro, it's just Ben Simmons is going to have to play at least half of what he did in Philly, bro, because now it's no excuse now. There's no one on that team taking the
Well, it's
ball
the
out of your
Ben
hands
show
besides
now.
maybe
It's
Cam
all
Thomas.
Ben.
They're
No, they
like
not. I'll be honest, but the Nets, like, even I don't think they don't respect Ben Simmons as a player, but they're not giving him the ball. I mean, he doing all right right now for Chicago. They're playing right now, but
I agree with you, but I feel like at some point you have guys right there on that roster where you look at it, and I hate to bring up past, but when you look at it, it's not that one guy who sticks out in terms of like being able to play make and handle the ball and all that. But the first person you think of is Ben. Ben Simmons was just an all NBA player a couple of years ago. A guy who for his career in Philly averaged 16 and a half, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. Like If he can at least play half of that, controlling the pace, he doesn't even have to score. Just control the pace, get players involved. Like,
Just do
just
what
do
Chris
Ben
Paul.
Simmons like things.
Just do what
Do
Chris
what Chris
Paul.
Paul did,
Do
and
what
give
Chris
me at
Paul's about to
least
do.
10 points. That's all I need.
Yep.
And the thing is, what's crazy is 10 points for Ben Simmons. That's a hard ask, bro. I go put in my parlays every night, and this nigga's over under is like 5.5, bro. Like that is disgraceful.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a guy, y'all know. I'm probably the biggest Ben Simmons fan in the world, but it's hard to support this guy, bro. It's so hard.
Yeah, it is. It is.
He sucks.
But I like the pieces they got though.
Yeah, they got
Although we looked at the KD trade like this is it, they still have competent players. You have a Royce O'Neal, you have a Mikal Bridges, you have Cam Johnson, you have Nick Claxton, you have Seth Curry, you have Cam Thomas. Like you still have capable players.
You got Finney
They
Smith.
have really great defenders on that roster. Their defense is going to be good.
Yeah, they got Finney Smith, and then are they still trying to flip Dinwiddie, or is Dinwiddie going to play?
Well, they got to keep Dinwiddie now. Deadline's over, so.
Oh yeah, true. You're right. Dang.
And they still got Dorian Finney. So they have good defenders on that team.
They have good
Yeah.
players. They have a lot of good players.
Yeah, they have really good players. It's just they have a lot of role players.
Yeah, they don't really have
Unless
a.
somebody steps up, I think that person that's going to step up is probably going to be Cam Thomas, because like
Could be, yeah, definitely can. He has room.
There's nobody
them
right
three
now that's going
straight-
to take a lot of shots
after
from him
them three
besides
straight-
maybe.
Yeah. Spencer Dinwiddie, maybe.
Yeah, besides Spencer.
The way Mikal been playing, if he can keep that up in Brooklyn, go
Yeah,
average,
hopefully
yeah,
Mikal could be able to take another step in his development. All right, so any more thoughts on that trade or and Kevin Durant and the Nets?
I just want to say I find it so ironic that KD and Kyrie ended up in Phoenix and Dallas after like the whole beef and all that. It's just like you can't make shit like that up. But and then even with to add on to that, after seeing the Nets trade KD, and we were saying that the Nets did good with trading Kyrie yesterday. That's a whole different situation. It was a terrible trade now because like if you look at the other offers they got, the Clippers offered them 3 first-rounders. Like
Exactly.
if you knew that you were going to trade Kyrie or KD, they must not have knew. Like maybe they just didn't expect to trade
Probably
KD.
didn't plan on it
came
until
out of
last night.
nowhere. Yeah, because they said that the Suns didn't call them till like 11 p.m. But like apparently I also saw that the Nets and KD were eager to find a trade for him. So it's like I'm not sure how it ended up working out. But like now looking back, that Mavs trade is an L because like
it is. The Clippers offered you 3 first-round picks, and the Lakers offered you 2.
Yeah, like
compared to where you got a 2029 in the Dallas trade.
Yeah, so that's an L now.
Bro, the nigga is 13 years old, bro. The 2029 draft pick is a 13-year-old nigga, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You got little kids. You got little kids right now going try hard in first period PE, smelling like musty ass in first period.
Yeah, they like gonna be playing for the Mavericks in the few or the
they walking in the gym like Julian Newman.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
all right, y'all got any more
like I
thoughts
said,
on
it's
that?
like it's hella ironic that it's the Sun and the Mavs with all the history they got. I want to see a playoff series now with them because they already have history. You add KD and Kyrie to it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun series to watch now.
It's all right. The NBA script will set it up.
NBA trade deadline looked like it was gonna be dead. Then the NBA script writer said, "Hold on, let him cook, let him cook."
Yeah, like ended up being the greatest trade deadline ever, bro.
LeBron
probably pissed.
LeBron probably like I knew they was gonna trade KD. I predicted this day back when I was on the Cavs. They was gonna trade KD to the Suns.
When the trade happened last night, the first thing I thought of, and I know they not listening, but shout out RDC World, bro. Kyrie! These niggas is the Justice League. That's the first thing that popped up in my head, bro.
Yeah.
But before we move on to the next trades, Seam, you sent to our basketball chat earlier. Windhorse was saying, "Hey, we're looking really far ahead, but don't rule out Kyrie going to Phoenix in the offseason. Like, do y'all think that's a real possibility?"
I think it's just talk. Just because Kyrie had interest in going to Phoenix already, and then Phoenix had a chance to get him, but the Nets won the 3 picks for him. I mean, it's tough because like
it's gonna have to be a lot of dominoes that fall.
Yeah, it would have to be a sign and trade between him and Chris Paul or DeAndre Ayton because DeAndre Ayton could be part of that deal. It kind of depends on how the Mavs year go. That's why I said it's such a
I'm
risk
sure
with
about
them
that.
because it's like if
Okay.
they have a bad playoff, John, it's like then Kyrie could just walk. Like Kyrie can get up out of there, but I mean,
I feel
it's
like
still
it
I don't.
depends on how Phoenix season goes too. Like if they win a
Yeah, that's
championship, they'll most likely just run it back.
that's what about that. That's actually a good question. Do y'all think they have enough like cap space to sign? Because it isn't. I believe Devin Booker and KD is both on supermaxes. So it's Chris
Nah,
Paul.
No,
it'll have to be
they
some
can't
type of
just.
signing trade or something. They don't have enough
Yeah,
cap to sign them straight up.
That's what
Unless
they could.
Kyrie signing for $5 million, then nah.
I'm not even just talking about Kyrie. I'm just talking about in general, keeping that team that they have right now together. Like if you think they're gonna be able to keep KD, Devin Booker, and
Well,
Chris
yeah,
Paul,
you got
and
Kevin Durant under contract. You got Devin Booker under contract. Aiton just signed a contract. Chris Paul still under contract. So yeah, they'll be
Yeah, the
able to
bird
keep that
rest.
team together for at least the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul's not going to be playing for that much longer either, so that contract's going to come off your books soon.
And then the thing with the Chris Paul contract is it's all backloaded. Where I believe he'll only make like $10 million next year because it's so backloaded. It just looks like a lot because they gave him a lot up front.
Yep,
okay.
be able to
All
keep
right,
him.
so now let's move on. Under the radar trade that happened last night that I didn't even know about until this morning once again because of all the Kevin Durant stuff that happened. So I feel like we don't have to spend much time talking about this trade. Some of them we're just going to breeze through. But the Toronto Raptors are acquiring center Jakob Poeltl for Cam Birch and a protected 2024 first round pick. Everyone looked at the Raptors as potential sellers at this trade deadline, but that's just not their history. The way Majiri works, he's always looking to buy, he's always looking to compete, and I feel like Jakob Poeltl helps him do that. I don't think it gets them over a
Over the
hump into
hump.
title contention, but it's going to allow them to win some games and be a playoff team in the East. I feel.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
look.
it's
It's whatever to me. The rappers, I haven't been really watching the rappers being like, oh, okay, they're front runners in the East. So,
yeah,
It
this
just gives them
trade.
that depth and center they need. But the thing is, Poeltl's a free agent in the offseason, so we'll see
yeah,
how that goes.
right.
Guess this says that the Raptors want to stay good, and I saw that
Yeah.
a lot of people were talking about Siakam being traded, but they were saying the whole time the Raptors were reluctant to trade him. They didn't want to trade Siakam, so like, and then once I seen that they were interested in Porter, it was like, all right, so the Raptors are going to stay intact. They're in a 3-game winning streak right now, so they're back in the play-in. So I mean, they could have a great second half of the year, and I wouldn't be surprised at all.
It's like I
Um,
know they're a team that likes to compete, but sometimes it's like I look at them and it's like, sure, they'll get a playoff spot just to be a first round exit. So it's like sometimes I look at them like, why are you stuck in mediocrity? But at the same time, I understand wanting to compete, and Jakob Porter helps you do that.
Yep.
Brandon,
It's
any
all
thoughts?
they still got a solid team in my opinion.
Not much. I don't think Pirtle does too much. I don't think he's their answer or anything like that. But I guess it's something. I guess that helps them. I don't. He's all right.
Okay, and y'all, that's all y'all got for that?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Raptors,
whatever.
man. No,
All right, the next trade we got
LeBronto.
another one not too crazy. The Lakers traded Thomas Bryant to the Nuggets for Devon Reed and a second round draft pick. Apparently, Thomas Bryant requested a trade, and I don't know if it
Yeah, I
had
saw
something to do
that.
with the whole him calling for the ball on the LeBron shot. But
I don't know what he
it was just a
expected.
weird
What
situation, bro. Like,
like
wow,
Thomas
is
Bryant
it
doesn't
because
make
they
because
got
they said so they
Vanderbilt
what
said
did he
or?
expect?
no they said so Thomas Bryant said that he wants a bigger role since AD came back, but like you're going to the Nuggets, bro. You're not gonna get a bigger role
You're
playing
going
behind
get
Jokic.
great. You went from AD
He
to
went to go get a
Jokic.
smaller
Great.
role,
Yeah,
bro.
like
Like,
you're gonna be playing behind Jokic, but like
at least he
Awesome.
in
was
terms of
playing
like
next to
I
AD.
didn't I didn't understand the trade for the Lakers until I saw that they got Mo Bamba later, and I was like, all right, it's not too bad because it's a whatever trade. They got a few seconds, I guess, some little draft capital. Like it is what it is. It's whatever
Yeah.
trade. Good for the Nuggets though. They got a good backup center. Thomas Bryant's
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
they did.
definitely.
That definitely something that they was looking at to improve their team defense at that position.
Yeah.
Thomas Bryant will help them do that, knock down some shots.
Yeah, because Jokic can't guard a fucking traffic cone.
Yeah, he
Thomas
probably can't
Bryant,
guard me.
Thomas Bryant defense ain't all that good either, but he could
It's
score and be
not,
able
but
to.
he's an upgrade compared to what they had.
Yeah, for sure. Especially just be able to get you points off the bench. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it just doesn't make any sense for me. He's like, yo, I want to have a bigger role. I don't want to be sitting there playing 15 minutes behind AD. You want to be playing 15 minutes behind Jokic, bro. It's like, I guess
Yeah, I
you
don't know
gave
what I don't know
like
what's up with
whatever.
these. I don't know what's up with these weak ass NBA players trying to request and trade, thinking that they like they thinking they nice. Like, come on, man.
Brian is
All right, so I'm glad C made the transition into Mo Bamba. So if you guys haven't heard, the Los Angeles Lakers have traded Patrick Beverly and cash considerations to the Orlando Magic for Mo Bamba. I feel like Mo Bamba's a good pickup for them, man. He's gonna block some
Yeah,
shots, grab
definitely.
some rebounds. He'll take a
Yeah,
lot of pressure off of AD defensively. Maybe knock down a couple threes here and there. I feel like he's going to play really good there. Run some pick and roll with D'Lo. I feel like it's a good fit for them, man. They gave up nothing. It's expected. I don't want to say nothing, but let's be honest. Pat Bev ain't been on shit for them all season, so they
yeah,
didn't lose too much.
yeah. They didn't lose anything at all, to be honest. Pat Bev was brought to be in there to be a perimeter defender. He hasn't even done that.
And I'm pretty sure the Magic
yeah.
are going to buy out Pat Bev anyway. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know though, cause it's like I don't know how I feel about the Lakers' last day of the deadline, cause it's like Mo Bamba's cool. I fuck with Mo Bamba. What he'll bring defensively for them, and they needed some more like paint protection outside of AD. But I like Thomas Bryant, and I like Bev might have not been having the best season, but he was getting the shooting together, and you know he's gonna bring the tenacity. And Bev is just a good locker
Yeah,
room
he
guy to
brings
have.
energy.
Like,
Yeah, he
yeah, I
brings a
think
lot of
Bev is a
energy.
good for a winning team. Bev is just a good locker room guy to have. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like
Yeah,
I feel what you
he's an
said,
amazing
and he's
teammate
going to
too.
bring that energy and tenacity. But think about what you said. For a winning team, the Lakers right now. I mean, I know they just got their trades, and we got to see it work.
but they
But they
yeah,
haven't
but
been a winning team this season.
they have winning aspirations. Is my point. They
They
want to
do,
be a
they
winning
do.
team.
But
I
at the
think
same
Bev is
time,
one.
it's like I want to see the positive because I do know what Pat Bev brings to the game outside of numbers. But he's only averaging 4 more points than me and you. And I know his role
Yeah,
is not to go out there and score, but there's times where he's hurting them on the court more than he's helping them. But he'll
for
get
sure.
a
It's
home,
not.
especially if
Yeah,
he get bought out. There's definitely a continuing team that'll pick up Pat Bev. Maybe look for Philly, reunite with Harden and Morey, the
Yeah,
Philadelphia Rockets,
that would be an
bro.
amazing pickup. I feel like for that, he can be a really good energy booster off the bench. I feel like he could
Yeah, why not?
be with him and PJ Tucker anyway.
Yeah,
So
bro. The Philadelphia Rockets.
yeah. It's whatever. I think. I mean, the Lakers did need some paint protection outside of AD. Like that's something they desperately needed. And I guess you got there with Mobamba. You got Vanderbilt now, so the defense looks a lot better than it was.
That and it was just time for Mo to get out of Orlando anyway because they
Yeah, he
have.
needed a change. There
Yeah,
was
he
too much
needed a
going
change. They
on.
got Biggs who's coming in, playing more minutes with Wendell Carter has been amazing. You have Pablo Bencaro, you have France Wagner. You just guys at his position that's just outplaying him and deserves to get the more minutes. So it was just time for him to get a move on, you know?
yeah,
Okay, so we mentioned them just a second ago. Next trade was a three-teamer. The Charlotte Hornets sent Jalen McDaniels to Philadelphia. The 76ers sent Matisse Thybulle to Portland. And Maskai Luke is going from Portland to the Hornets. Richard, how do you feel about it?
uh, uh, I guess it's a good pickup for those Sixers. I feel like it's just gonna be another spark off the bench for us. I feel like Jalen McDaniels is somebody that can provide that. As for the Blazers, I don't know what the hell they're doing, man. They're just trying
Oh
to
God, I don't either, bro.
they're just trying to keep Damian Lillard happy at this point. Like
Bro,
Matisse,
does that make him
Are
happy?
they?
Does that make him happy?
like I don't know. At this
They
point,
traded
he might as well just be
They
sad at this
traded
point.
Josh Hart. They traded
and Gary
Josh Hart
Payton.
to the Knicks and
They
Gary
traded.
Payton back to the
Yeah,
Warriors
I don't know what
just
the.
to pick up Matisse Thybulle. And you can't say, oh, well, Matisse is an upgrade defensively or whatever. Bro, that nigga, Josh Hart, sure, I could understand maybe trading him because he wants a contract at the end of the season. My nigga, Matisse Thybulle is a free agent this year. Someone's gonna have to pay Matisse Thybulle. It won't be a lot of
Hmm.
money, but Matisse Thybulle hangs his hat on the defensive end. When he gets the minutes, Matisse Thybulle is an all NBA defensive type of player. So there's going to be a team who's going to pay Matisse Thybulle. So what was the
Yeah.
point of you getting rid of Josh Hart just to have to pay Matisse Thybulle?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell the Blazers are doing, bro. At this point, I just think they need to
Matisse
blow it up.
Thybulle ain't gonna shoot that ball neither.
They need to just
Yeah.
blow it up. Lillard needs to leave because Lillard, you're wasting your time on that team, bro. I want you. I love Lillard, bro. Lillard's
I
just
do
like
too, man. One of my
Lillard's
favorite players in the league.
Lillard's a baby Curry to me. Like
Lillard,
That's
and he's getting up there in age. Lillard's 32.
yeah. You're wasting your time on that team, bro. I know I'm all about being loyal, and I know you're hoping that eventually you're eventually going to end up like with how Booker did, bro. But if you've been wasting your entire NBA career on a team that hasn't gone anywhere, especially now. Like before, when you had CJ McCollum and you still had Nurkic, and y'all was making the playoffs and being like OKC, sure. But then after that, you'll run into a team that will sweep you. So at this point, you might as well just get off that team, go to a team, and that can where you can possibly win and like go. If anything, you should probably try to look to if they imagine him on the Lakers, bro. What y'all think about that? That like, hypothetically, if he was able to get Lillard, what y'all think about
I don't want
It's
them
the
niggas to get Lillard.
Bro, it's the Lakers, so you already know they fans gonna try to force them to get everybody.
that? True.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's Lillard and LeBron. Of course it'll work, but the Lakers don't deserve shit for real.
But
But
back
yeah,
to my bad, Richard. Go ahead.
but I feel like Lillard just needs to get off of that team. They just need to blow it up at this point, bro. Trade everybody. Like this.
I have
this
no idea what they're doing. Like, what is their direction?
Mm.
I don't know, man.
Before we go, I want to go back to I love this trade for the Sixers because
I do
like I
too.
honestly when I saw they were trying to trade Thibault, I didn't think there was gonna be like you weren't really gonna get much value back, but you got a really good player in Jalen McDaniels off your bench who's aggressive as a scorer. He has a solid little bag to him. A lot of people aren't bad guys, but he can get to a bucket. He's a guy. He's a lengthy
I gotta
6'9".
look
He's
up.
gonna run the floor.
Let
He'll
me look
get
up
you
his.
like
Let me look up his
on any
stats
given night.
actually.
He can get you by like 3-4 steals. Like I like Jalen McDaniels
Yeah,
a
he's
lot.
gonna.
So that was a good pickup.
He's probably not the one-on-one defender that Thibault is, but he's a capable defender. But the thing that I love about it is he's an upgrade on the offensive end compared to what Thibault is.
Yeah, we still
Thibault
need
can't
win
even.
players, man.
Thibault can't put the ball on the floor.
Yeah,
He
and
can't
that's
finish around the
another.
rim. He can't shoot. Jalen
Yeah,
McDaniels is a guy who's going to be able to hit those open shots that James Harden and Joel Embiid's going to create. Who'll be able to put the ball on his floor and get his own. And I just like it because as me, Doc Rivers, bro, he just loves to run that all bench lineup. And with Tyrese Maxey coming off the bench, he's really been struggling because teams are focusing on stopping Tyrese Maxey because no one else on the floor is going to shoot or be able to create their own shot. So if he continues to run these all bench lineups that I think he will, Jalen McDaniels is going to be able to take some pressure off of Tyrese Maxey in terms of score and the scoring aspect coming off the bench. So I like it for that reason alone.
and then if you just want to
He's
look
still
at the
young. He's
numbers,
24.
if you just want to look at the numbers, I don't know how much Thibault was averaging, but I imagine it couldn't have been much. I think Jalen's averaging like 10, 11 points, so
I
you're
think it was
turning
like
whatever
four,
Thibault was.
four or
He's
five
averaging he's averaging
points.
Yeah,
11 and 5, and he's shooting
so
35 from the three.
you turning 4 points to 11 points. Like just think about it like that, Philly fan. I
Yeah,
love this trade for the Sixers. A great trade.
Matisse
Love
Thybulle
Jalen
Matisse
McDaniels.
Thybulle was averaging 2.5 points.
there you
Love
go.
both
That was
the. I think
generous.
both the McDaniels brothers, Jalen and Jaden, they're gonna be in the league for a long time.
Yeah, there's nothing really on the court that they can't do. They do everything really well. And the thing is with Jalen is like, although I like the pickup and I like the piece, team he was coming from the Hornets, it was like they didn't value him at all. Like
Yeah.
they had guys on their roster that don't deserve to play or see playing time, but a lot of them was playing over McDaniels. We talked about it a little bit before off pod. Like the Hornets, I don't think they're a team that is purposely out here trying to tank for Vic. I think they're just naturally ass. Like I don't think they're tanking. I think they're just bad. Like them niggas suck.
They just don't know how to treat their players, like how to operate. I feel like I don't know that something Jordan has to do with, but
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Cause I looked at the trade like there's no way these niggas gave up Jalen McDaniels for Luke in a second. Like there's no way. But
Yeah.
apparently they did, bro.
Each their
Something's
own, I
off
guess.
off in Charlotte, bro. It's just off.
Like all these tinking teams they just don't know what they're doing when trying to. Like I know you're trying to get out of your rebuilding and everything, bro. But there's a like look at the Thunder. Like the Thunder is actually it was in a rebuild phase. Look at them now. We got solid role players and might be able to. What's the Thunder's record? Are they doing like really really good or no? Because I know the Thunder do we
They're doing
still consider the
they're doing
Thunder a
better than
rebuild team a
expected.
rebuilding team
They're
right
doing
now?
way better than expected.
That's what I'm saying. So these rebuilding, you want to look at how to do a rebuild. I would look at the Thunder blueprint and just do
The
it that
Thunder are
way.
sitting at 26 and 28,
So
way
yeah,
better than expected. But at the same time, the Thunder are just further along than whatever the Hornets are doing. They have Shea Gillis-Alexander. They have Josh Giddey. They have they just have better pieces right now.
the pieces. Yeah, I feel it.
I
They
see.
have Poku, like they have really good pieces. The Thunder.
I just hope LaMelo can get out of there, bro, because he's a great
Yeah, he needs to
talent,
get
and I
out of
feel
there
like
too. That's another player that needs to get out of there.
uh,
I
don't
I
nobody want
don't
to
want
see
the
him.
Hornets to get Vic. Like I just don't.
I don't either, bro. I don't care where Vic goes as long as he doesn't go to the Hornets. That's the only team I don't want to go. Or the
The
Rockets,
Hornets,
because the
or the
Rockets
Hornets,
don't
or the
really got.
Rockets, or the Blazers. That's how I feel like I don't want him to go into.
Well, shit, give my nigga Dame some Victor. I wouldn't mind that at all. Would not mind that at all. Let my nigga game get Victor. Would love
Just for them to trade it and turn it into a T Stifle type of player.
that.
All right, we're going to move on. Next trade, something small, but I trust me, I love this trade for the Clippers. The Clippers are receiving Bones Highland from the Nuggets for 2 second-round draft picks.
That's
I love
amazing.
the Clippers. The Clippers get a combo scoring guard off of their bench, guy who gonna go out there. He could play next to Kawhi and play next to PG. He'll be able to knock down shots, be able to create a little bit of his own. Guy averaging, I believe, around 14 points off the bench, shooting a high clip from three. Really good
Yeah,
pickup for
he's
them,
very
and
solid.
he's a young piece, only in his second year.
The Clippers had a great trade deadline, getting Bones Highland, Eric Gordon, and Mason Plumlee. Already had depth. You're just adding to it. Like the rumors are, I don't know. I don't know. Adding Bones and Eric Gordon, I don't know how what the likelihood of them getting Russ is anymore. Just because you already like the guard spot seems filled up, but like it seems like they're still gonna get Russ. So like the Clippers are a team that I can see competing with the Suns just because they have so much over there. They have a lot more depth than Phoenix has, and then you have Kawhi and PG on top of it. So like the Clippers had a
I
great
feel
trade
like
deadline.
I feel like if it wasn't for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving being the domino pieces, the Clippers would have won the trade deadline to me.
Yeah, for sure. They had a great deadline.
And the thing
Uh,
with them is just they just have to stay healthy. They have to be able to keep Paul George and Kawhi Leonard on the court. But it's been the same thing for years. They have a amazing roster, a roster who should be competing for a championship year in and year out. But they always just run into an unfortunate turn of events come playoff time.
Mm.
All right,
and then
go ahead, see.
no, I was gonna ask Brandon what his thoughts was.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Clippers are very good. They just always seem to get hurt. Something stupid just happens because, I mean, with PG and Kawhi, man, you should be able to go pretty far. It's just they just haven't gotten that far. But hopefully this year, with all the pieces they got.
All right, next trade. Trade I like, player I'm a big fan of. The Hawks are receiving Sadiq Bey from the Detroit Pistons in a three-team trade, where
Pistons is going
Wow.
bad.
where the Pistons are acquiring James Wiseman from the Warriors, and the Warriors are acquiring five five second round draft. No, yeah, 5 second round draft picks. They're receiving 5 second round draft picks, and Sadiq Bey is going to Atlanta, and Wiseman is going to the Pistons. Love it for Atlanta, bro. I
Yeah, I love it
love
for
Sadiq
Atlanta.
Bey. Like
I
I
I
love
don't
that for
know,
Atlanta.
but what are the Pistons doing? I don't understand. What is their
I
plan?
love the
I
trade
just
for
Tanking.
Detroit. I love
the
the
I
trade
love
for
tank.
it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Detroit.
I like it for
Sadiq
yeah.
was a
Detroit too.
guy. Sadiq is cool, but it's not like a guy you need. James
I
Wiseman,
I guess,
despite
yeah.
he's having a bad season with Golden State, but I still think he has a lot of upside in a new situation with something he really
I
needed.
like Sadiq
And I think
too.
in Detroit he'll get more opportunity to play more his game, being a post up
Hmm.
guy, instead of just like having to play off everybody and be in the Warrior
Yeah.
system because the Warriors don't
And
really value
you got to
post players
think
like that.
the Pistons are in those Vic sweepstakes. So getting rid of
Yeah,
Sadiq Bey loses you a couple more games. And at
or
the same
losing
time,
rid of him
Sadiq Bey's
anyway.
a guy who's coming up on a contract extension, and he's going to want to be paid. And I just don't think he fits that timeline of being paid in Detroit.
Yeah,
They didn't. Sadiq is cool, but it's not a guy you're like, oh, we have to keep him. I think they got a good return. I think James Wiseman
yeah,
will have a
yeah.
better
Yeah,
opportunity
I
in
like James
Detroit.
Wiseman
And
moving.
If James Wiseman can't show that he's good in Detroit, then he just don't got it because he's gonna have the opportunity.
He's going to get the opportunity, but I want to see how they divide up those minutes because they have Isaiah Stewart, they have Jalen Durant, they have Marvin Bagley. So it's kind of a
True.
crowded front court right now. I will love this. I love to see how they're going to divide up those minutes.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But for the Hawks aspect of it, at first I looked at it like kind of a weird situation because you look at it, they have Bogey, they have DeAndre Hunter, they still kept John Collins. So you look and they're kind of in like a crowded situation too. But Sadiq Bey averaging 15 points, shooting 39% from three. So I feel like he's just gonna get it where he fits in. Put the ball on the floor a little bit, get to the rim, hit open shots. Playing with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, you're going to get open shots. Especially Trae Young, he's probably the best playmaker in the league running that offense. So he'll get open shots. But to me, the fit, it seemed weird at first to me.
I think it'll
You still
work
have
out.
AJ Griffin too, so it's like I feel like it could get crowded a little bit over there in Atlanta. Like I'm
Yeah.
not sure what's going on with Atlanta if I'm being honest with you. Little underwhelming to be honest
Yeah,
this season.
Trey Young's been a this because I think you think it's because of Trey Young's like shooting struggles, or like, what do you think
Yeah,
it's
and the
like?
thing is, bro, the
To be
thing that's
honest,
so crazy is like Trey Young is having like a bad inefficient year for his standards, but he's still getting 20, 26, and 10. Like
even with I don't think though I don't want to blame Trey for their struggles. I think Nate McMillan hasn't done a good job. Never. It's just like Trey Young pick and roll. Everybody just trying to pick and roll.
It's just him, John Collins, and everybody else is just shooting.
Stagnant offense. Very stagnant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're very stagnant.
Oh, I mean, you got DeJounte, but yeah, I guess it could be a little bit better with their plays.
And
The other
we
two.
had a really big trade who that went down. I'm trying to get all the pieces right now. So we had seen touched on it earlier. The Clippers acquiring Aaron Gordon from Houston. The Grizzlies traded Danny Green to the Rockets, part of that deal. The Clippers traded Luke Kennard to the Grizzlies, a part of that deal.
oh,
And then the
oh.
Clippers traded John Wall back to Houston, a part of that deal, along with a Bucks draft pick. So
I
the thing that's funny
First,
is we've just
first.
seen John Wall on that podcast talking all that shit about Houston just to go right back. I mean, they'll
yeah
probably
They
he
buy him
gonna
out, but
yeah
it's
they gonna
like
buy him out.
I don't see what is John Wall's market? Like who can pick him
I
up?
don't. I'll be honest. I don't think. I think John Wall career. It sucks,
Yeah,
but the Clippers was his last chance.
yeah, I just think it's raps for John Wall, bro. It's
Yeah,
raps.
but
Yeah,
letters trade for the Grizzlies. They got a
I do too.
sharpshooter in Luke Kennard who wasn't getting a lot of playing
Lucar
time
is
in the
yeah
Clippers
very
just because it's
good.
so crowded over there. And like that's just a guy who's
I think
gonna fit right in, gonna play off job with Luke
yeah,
Kennard,
that's an amazing
Eric
pickup
Gordon,
for the Grizzlies.
Aaron Gordon back to the team that drafted him. Yeah, it's cool. Eric Gordon. It's about time he got out of Houston. I guess for the Clippers, it's like they wanted a guy who could, you know, I didn't. I like Luke Kennard. I didn't like that the Clippers traded him, but Aaron Gordon, I guess he's a solid replacement. Whatever, it doesn't.
He
Whatever
is.
trade for Memphis.
I'm just happy Luke Kennard's going to be able to get some playing time in Memphis. Guy who'll be able to he'll fit in perfectly playing next to John Moran and Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bain. He'll get it where he could fit in. Just and he's a guy
Yeah, one of
where
the best.
he could get his own shot a little bit. There's times I see he'll put the ball on the floor, step back, hit a three. I like the Luke Kennard pickup for them. But the thing I'm also looking at is with the Rockets getting like Danny Green. Danny Green will be bought out. We know he's coming back from like a devastating knee injury, but I think we'll have a market out there for a contending team. Long as he can
Yeah,
still be able to
definitely.
shoot the ball at least a decent clip, I feel like he'll still have a roster spot.
Agree.
Yeah,
Shit, might go back to the Sixers.
I'll
Like
take him,
America
bro.
looking nice.
Yeah,
I'll take him. The buyout market is looking amazing right now.
yeah.
That's about it for the big trades. The Pistons, the Pistons traded Kevin Knox to the Warriors as part of the James Wiseman deal, who then got dealt to the Trailblazers for Gary Payton back. We
What
talked
is
about
Kevin
that a
Knox at
little
this
bit.
point? Like, what is he? Like, I don't think he sees the
MPC,
floor. I don't even know what type of player he just
Just not good.
doesn't. He's just
just
not
not
good,
good.
man. It's just
Hey, but Warriors got their guy back, man. Gary Payton Jr. helped them win a championship last year. Great job, your guy back. Good shit,
yeah.
Warriors. Trailblazers. Stop wasting my
Yeah,
nigga
he's
Dame
very
time, man.
good.
Get him out
Yeah,
of
he
there.
just
He's
did.
trash.
Gary Payton left in the offseason. Didn't he was a free agent? He just signed with the Blazers just to
Yeah, he
get
was
some money.
a free agent to
He
Portland.
got his deal, yeah. Warriors couldn't afford to sign him. He got his deal. The Warriors got him back, so now he got his contract.
So
He got his
so
he got his
win-win.
contract
Nigga
with the
got his
Warriors.
money and went back to a good situation. All right, but you touched on it a little bit just a second ago. The buyout market looks like it could be one of the best buyout markets in years. Um,
Mm,
soon as the trade deadline ended, they said the Warriors, not the Warriors, I'm sorry, the Wizards and Will Barton are looking at a potential buyout. He's a guy
Oh,
he's been struggling in Washington, but just a season ago in Denver, he was averaging 14 points, shooting at the ball at a high clip from three. I feel like he could be valuable for a contending team. Any
definitely.
idea where you think he could go?
Any team that needs a shooter, so many. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
any playoff contending team would take off a guy who could shoot the ball.
Is back Denver a possibility? You think?
Yeah.
Any team that's contending is gonna take a look at Will Burn just because Will Burn could, like you said, shoot the ball. He could play a little defense, put the ball on the floor. He can do a little bit of everything. So whoever gets Will Barton, good job.
Then
Yeah.
you have we just said it. Expect Danny Green in the buyout market. Expect John Wall in the buyout market. Seeing you're the Bulls fan here, I'm not sure how true it is, but I read potentially Andre Drummond in the buyout market. But he's been playing really solid basketball for y'all the last couple of
Sixers
games.
reunion.
He had a good game versus San Antonio. Last game he was trash. Drummond's alright. He don't play that
You
much.
think a buyout's likely?
I don't. I don't know. Just because he's a good locker room guy. So I'm not sure what the plan is with that. We don't have like it's not like if we buy out German, who else we have at that center spot? Like so I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't see any truth to it. I just hope we get Russell Westbrook, man. I'm bored. We need a little spice up with the Bulls, man. Come on, Russ. Come to Chicago.
Yeah, they're saying like we just said, Russell Westbrook in the buyout market. They're saying that oh man, I just lost. Oh, Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka's expected to be bought out by the
By the,
Pacers. That's where he got traded.
oh wow.
They're saying George Hill is expected to be in the buyout market. I
And
didn't even know that nigga was still in
we
the
skipped
league.
by the Bucks got Jay Crowder.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
For five second round draft picks
Well,
from
I don't think they traded
Brooklyn.
all five because it was a 3-team trade or whatever. But yeah, they got Jay Crowder finally. They finally got him. Good job, Milwaukee.
D Rose, a name to look at in the buyout market. They said the Bucks had interest in trying to acquire him before the trade deadline.
I hope he does get bought out because New York's not playing him.
Yeah, he isn't
Wonder how
there.
he
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
gets
hope
the
he
house.
I hope
I
he
would
gets
love to
bought
see
up.
D Rose suit.
Yeah.
Yo, so one of the biggest rumors that didn't happen during the trade deadline, once again, seeing you being the Bulls fan, apparently the Knicks called and had conversations with the Bulls about Zach LaVine. How do you feel about that not happening, or about if it potentially did happen?
I don't know who the report came from. I only even a few sources. I do believe that I know that we answered some calls about Levine, but I guess I guess I'm a little happy to see that we value him a little bit to where like we probably want a good return, some good draft capital. I'm just a little disappointed just because like the Bulls. I feel like we're just not in a position to not make any trades. Like if we're gonna be buyers, then why didn't we buy? If we're gonna be sellers, why didn't we sell? Like we didn't do anything, and I don't think we're in a position to not do anything. Like I didn't like that at all. I think we had a
Yeah,
terrible trade deadline.
the thing that hurts me watching my team, the Sixers, we weak ass Korkmaz requested a trade, bro. We wasn't able to get rid of that nigga for a bag of chips, bro. We couldn't even get a 2030 draft second round draft pick for that nigga, man. Like
Should have
this
just released him.
this nigga is stuck, bro. Like he's eating up some of our money in the luxury tax, my nigga. Like we were able to clear 2 mil where now we'll have some money in the buyout market to pursue someone who becomes available, but this nigga, like, there's no way this nigga should still be on the roster, bro. This nigga holds no weight into requesting a trade. We can't even grant his trade request because the nigga is weak. The nigga's weak.
I
He's a
don't. I don't.
shooter that can't shoot.
You think we can buy? You think you should buy? You should buy him out. You should buy him out,
We ain't
man.
gonna be able to buy out that nigga. We already in luxury tax.
Shit.
He's a
Yeah,
weak
True.
nigga, man. Man, bro, we're just not we're a second round exit, bro. Like I fully prepared myself to be eliminated second round, and have Joel Embiid request a trade in the offseason, and then we might just be so desperate where we give James Harden $250 million, bro. Like, tough times as a Sixers fan, man. Tough times.
Well,
Dang,
beef is
bro.
like with me.
No,
Oh my god.
if we trade in Joel Embiid somewhere, I want to call it the Pelicans. See what that Pelicans offer looking like.
Oh,
Maybe get some Brandon Ingram action.
Mm. All right. I
but it'd be
think that's
crazy to see Embiid go.
yeah. It's gonna be really upsetting. It's gonna be really sad to see
I
that
mean,
man
like
go.
I said, I'm not working in the front office. I don't know how Embiid feels, but realistically, if we're a second round exit, which I think will be, I just don't think we have. I don't even want to say I don't think we have a championship roster. I just think there's teams in the league that's better than us, but our coach is holding us back from potentially beating them teams. Doc Rivers is just going to get outcoached no matter who we play, bro. Nigga sucks. He's outdated. Nigga's living off of a 2008 championship, bro. That nigga is weak. He's sorry. So I've just fully prepared myself for a Sixers decline, bro. I just have.
Dang, bro.
I
I
feel
got no
like
thoughts about this.
Boston's better than us. I feel like Milwaukee's better than us. Then you look out west, the Nuggets might be better than us. The Suns are better than us. It's just it's hard, bro.
Bulls are better than you.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's where we end the pod, bro. 'Cause that's a crazy statement, man.
Yep. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. It wasn't really. It was just an emergency podcast. We just wanted to get an episode out about the trade deadline. It wasn't really much to really. It was a lot to discuss. Obviously, we really just wanted to discuss the KD trade. To be honest with you guys, all the minor trades that we talked about, they're significant, but it's not as significant as the fucking the Suns trade, bro. Because now the Suns is looking to pretty much just take over the fucking league for like the next 3 years. So
Yeah, we mainly wanted to talk about the KD trade, but we didn't want to give y'all just a 20-minute
yeah,
episode.
bro.
So we tried to
Hey,
tie in everything with the trade deadline.
let me ask y'all a question. Let's say hypothetically this Suns thing it goes perfect, and they three-peat. They win three in a row. KD has 5 rings. Where does he rank all time for?
Where does he rank all time? Oh shit, that's a good question. He's
Top
already
3.
yeah.
Oh,
Honestly, top
KD
three
with
You
probably.
said
five
top 1.
rings. He the GOAT.
Will he be the GOAT?
I don't think it would
Yeah,
be.
he already the GOAT.
Why do you think that?
Cause he better than everybody. You give him 5 rings?
Nah, he'll be top 3. That nigga ain't better than Mike or Brian.
Hey, end it on that, bro. End it on
But nah, seriously though. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Might have been like we said, might have been a little dry episode, but we just wanted to touch up on the trade deadline. We're expected to drop maybe another episode this week. If not, you'll hear from us again next week. Thank you again for listening. Like we said, it's only the beginning, so stick with us and stay along for the ride. Make sure to follow us on social media. The link will be in the description below. Follow all of us individually as well. And if you can, share this with your friends, share it with a loved one. Just support us. We appreciate you guys for listening.
All right, y'all. You guys have a good night.
Peace.
And baby, we are out of here.